Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We are back for the third and long podcast on a Thursday. Super Bowl is done. Eminem has taken a knee. We all know that it's because his knees are weak and his arms are heavy. How are we all, gentlemen? I'm joined by my two stars.
It's more likely that he's going to carry the whole of hip hop on his shoulders more than anything else.
Yeah.
He just lost himself
in the music.
Yeah.
His arms were spaghetti. Knees went weak. Yep.
But back to reality. Here we are, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
How many more M&M's?
Yeah, are we just gonna quote NFL for Eminem for this whole podcast?
Sounds like a plan.
I know, yeah, there could be worse things that we could quote. We could quote
Kendrick
Lamar, but yeah. Anyway,
we could just quote Stockport chance for the whole.
I'd be happy for that.
Nah, please don't.
But yeah, so we have got a great show lined up for you, and it is that time again. We are on to the mock drafts.
Hey,
I think we're going to do 3 mock drafts.
2, I think.
2.
Oh. I can hear myself. I mean, that's horrendous.
Yeah, I know that feeling. We get to hear you live every week. Hey.
So, if you want to get involved with us, drop more Eminem banter on the Third and Long podcast, UK Pod on Twitter, Third and Long podcast on Facebook, and YouTube. We are just Third and Long podcast. So,
definitely. I would love to hear what you think when we come around to our mock draft, which
yes,
I think as Tom lost the prediction, he should go first.
Yes.
On the mock draft.
I'd be quite happy to do that.
I beat you by half a point, Tom.
I know.
Thanks to your quiz.
Because of your quiz.
Just gonna pop it there just so we can all see. Look.
Look at that.
Yeah, but also, Ollie, we finished in the top 100 on the UK Predictions League, and Tom finished in the bottom 20.
In the bottom 20,
we'll see next year.
Behind Kelly, who'd only done like literally the last 3 weeks of the season.
I'm going to be a Liverpool fan and say next year's our year.
You say that.
This year's our year. Sorry. The madness has ended for the Super Bowl. We had that ending. We had all the celebrations, but then yesterday.
The parade.
Shall we say drunken shenanigans on a
it was basically we had women falling off, a photographer falling off a stage, and Matt Stafford just going, "Oh, Kelly, you sort that out. Aaron, run it back. Here you go."
I'm going to stick up here for Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, if you ever see the videos, I mean, I don't think I've got a video of him on here. Him and Sean McVay were 2 of the people there who had no fit say whatsoever to even contemplating helping anyone. He was like, "Oh shit," and he turned away. That's all.
I don't think he actually saw it. I mean, I may be giving too much credit there, but I mean, Kelly Stafford's face was just like, it was great. But
it's not great. I mean, it supports the girls who fractured the back, which is
which is a shame. It's very bad.
And if you want, there is a GoFundMe page set up for her if you want to donate money.
Yes,
most definitely. Shall we run? There is a few little bits of videos. I want to show this one first.
Matt Stafford, not Matt Stafford. The Sean McVay tapping him on the shoulder and stealing the mic off him, going,
"Yeah,
Aaron,
it's this one here."
Aaron, Sean McVay just tapped me on the shoulder. He wanted to know if you were interested in running it back.
Run it back! 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 Give it up for Aaron Donald! What a stud! Everything! We built a super team. We can bring the super team back. Why not run it back? We could be world champions. Yeah!
I'm going to ask 2 questions. A, does that sound like Donald and McVay are coming back next season?
Yeah.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
And B, do you think they are going to run it back?
No.
I mean, he's literally the drunk dad at a wedding, isn't he?
The thing is, though,
Hey!
Tom
You
McVeigh's
just-
younger than me. He's 36, which is quite scary.
Yeah, that's like an OAP age.
Behave. you young pup.
I'm not saying anything. I'm in the middle of both of you.
I'm going to say, I think over any. Would you take? Say, looks like Aaron Rodgers is going to go away. Looks like Jimmy's going to go away from the AFC. Would you take any other QB over Matt Stafford in the NFC?
Probably.
Probably.
I'm just thinking through all the NFC quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, maybe. Kyler Murray.
Kind of possibly, but are they going to be the team that are going to give it to them? Russell Wilson, is he going to be in the NFC next year?
Trey
Is
Lance.
Kyler going to be in the NFC next year?
Is Kyler Murray going to be playing American football next year? Is he going to go and hit a few home runs and all that as well? It's opened up a lot of doors. I mean, they were on about it this morning at Good Morning Football. It made me think, going, the AFC is stacked with fully loaded teams, fully loaded quarterbacks. You got Mahomes, you got Burrows,
Allen.
yeah, Allen, possibly
Matt.
the three rookies that came in this year.
Oh, yeah, you had to put Mac Jones in there, did you? You
I
had
said,
to.
I said the three rookies. I didn't
Yeah,
actually
but
name any names.
That involves
threw
Mac
Mac in.
Jones.
You know, also you've got Derek Carr possibly could have a say in it as well. And that you could bring Aaron Rodgers. You could bring Aaron Rodgers into this.
Yeah. Let's bring everyone in. Drew Lock, come on, let's bring them all in.
I mean, you could bring Aaron Rodgers into Denver.
mean,
You could possibly
If
put
you're
Russell
going to talk
Wilson.
about them, I feel like you need to put Justin Herbert in the mix too.
Yeah, he was on one of my lists. The QBs in the NFC or AFC, sorry, so much in total are a lot better than the QBs in the NFC, as a personal opinion.
Yeah. But are the teams as well rounded as the NFC teams? I don't think so. I mean, you look at let's just look at the last two Super Bowl winners, both from the NFC.
Agreed.
Both teams who weren't expected to get to the Super Bowl.
I think the Rams were.
I mean, we all put them last. Let's face it.
Yeah, but then they signed Odell Beckham Jr. and Von Miller.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the start of the
lie,
season,
that would have changed things for my prediction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Most
if they'd have done all that at the start of the season, our predictions would have been very different. But we didn't all expect, even at the start of the playoffs, we all had. I think most of us had Green Bay going into the Super Bowl.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
I did. I think even as well.
And then the Niners went into Lambeau and showed them how to play special teams.
Yeah.
Definitely. Most definitely. I want to show Cooper Kupp's clip, is a speech on the podium, because I reckon it's absolutely brilliant.
The one where he dedicated it to Kobe.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
And
1 second.
I'm standing here in this city that knows nothing but championships. We're out here celebrating this championship. Kobe's a part of this. He belongs here. And I'll tell you what, he set the standard. All I know, get back to work, let's run it back.
it's LA, a very rich city at the minute. I mean, they've had the Dodgers win it, they've had the Lakers win it, and now they've had the Rams win their relative championships over the last 3 years.
Yeah. I think obviously LA has always been a sporting sort of city. They've had the Lakers, they've had
Dodgers,
they've had the Rams,
Angels,
Yeah, it is a good.
Clippers,
Yep. Keep going as we keep going.
Chargers, Kings, Galaxy,
Yeah.
AFC. I've run out of teams now.
I was just here wait for you to carry on.
I mean, Cup is right. It is a championship town, isn't it? Let's
It
face
is.
it.
I mean, I reckon it probably did start. This renaissance had probably started under Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe was the first big name to come down here. and then you had LeBron, and I don't know about
Yes,
any other
Russell
ones.
Westbrook.
Ice
then
hockey,
you
they had quite a good few years.
Hockey isn't exactly my specialty.
No, I mean, I'm lucky
nor
to
is basketball or baseball, to be
cover
fair.
that. But
I could
Um,
I could definitely talk about the Lakers and the Clippers.
I
but
could mention a couple of names.
with Kings, they won the They're not Super Bowl. They won the Stanley
Stanley
Cup.
Cup.
They've got to the final again a couple of years ago. So across the board, they are a very successful city. They've got their citizens turn out for the teams. They've
Well,
got.
I
don't think they're going to go back to it.
I mean, you say their citizens turn out for the teams. Look at the Chargers.
Yeah.
No.
If you had the Chargers to the Super Bowl, you would have had the Bengals outnumber the Chargers. I know it's impossible. You would have had the Bengals outnumber the Chargers easily 3-1.
Yeah.
When they were playing at StubHut, it felt like an away game for them because all the away teams bought there. It felt like an away team home game, if that makes sense. Which I think it does.
Yeah.
It's
I
Rams have that history there because they started in LA before they went.
Yeah, I think the
straight away
Chargers
and then
may
came
have to
back.
look at relocating again.
Chargers need to go back to San Diego
Yeah.
or just come over to London.
That is a possibility. That is a possibility, but that stadium's built for two teams. And it's
Yeah,
built
the
there
thing
for a
is,
reason,
they built that they paid for half of so far. Well, half of what the owners paid was paid by whoever who does own the Chargers. Anyone know?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Please put your answers on a postcard.
Yes.
But he paid for half of it.
Most
So you
definitely.
don't want to give up too much too
Um,
soon.
I want
Yeah,
to show
so-
one little thing. I want to talk about one little thing, and I want to say this is probably the best thing out of all the whole Super videos I have seen, including the halftime show, including the parades, is Joe Burrows introducing himself to LA Ram players.
Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Vaughn. Joe, nice to meet you, brother. What up, Aaron? Hey, Eric. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you, brother. I love watching you grow up. Love watching you growing up, man.
I love everything about
I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no BS.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Just
can I just say something?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Why not?
I don't.
I think that's quality.
They are in. I don't know. It's just. I mean, as a football fan, as well, a soccer fan, I look at Gary Neville, right? You don't see, like, you'd never see Gary Neville go up to someone in a cup final and say,
Carragher.
"Hey, I'm Gary."
Yeah, but Gary
absolutely
Neville's
scares
full
you
out
down.
shithousery.
But you look at what Aaron Donald did. He ignored him.
I want to mention something about Eric Waddle. Eric Waddle played the second half with a torn pectoral muscle
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
and still on going full on hits.
Jesus.
He was away from 782 days from the game of football. He was calling the plays on the defensive side of the ball. And he was leading tackles as well in that Super Bowl. Insane, all with a torn pec.
And after, I mean, how many games has he played? 4 or 5? He missed over 700 days of football being retired.
Yeah.
The way he was keeping himself fit was playing 5-on-5 with his kids.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, does he have like 10 kids? Like
Something
Rivers?
stupid like that. Yeah, he does have a few kids. But it's
But,
how he kept
yeah.
himself fit. It's weird.
I mean, I don't know if I like the fact that Burrow went up to everyone and said, "Hello, my name's Joe." It's like, no, you're in a Super Bowl. You're about to try and beat this team. If you can get your edge over them, I don't know.
It
Like-
shows respect. That's what I like about it. He's shown respect. You know, it's
There's respect.
fair play to him.
There's respect, and then there's
Yeah, but look at what Waddle said back to him.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Waddle was very respectful back, and that's fair enough. But if you look at what Aaron Donald did, who, by the way, I think won them the game in the last.
Oh, second
that
half,
last-
he was superb.
Yeah, he just totally blanked
They
him.
figured out what to do, and they lined up Donald and Von Miller on the same side.
Yeah.
And they had Von Miller and a stunt route around the outside to obtain the safety or the centre. So the centre couldn't square up and go free aside onto Donald. I mean, we saw the bit where Donald pushed the right guard back and still managed to drag Perryman down with one hand while holding the guard. It's like, yeah, you're not going anywhere. We've seen the video. We've seen the pictures today with Aaron Donald out his top on. He is tanked. I don't think there's an inch of fat on that guy, let alone any fat on him whatsoever. I think my youngest son's got more fat on him than Aaron Donald has. It's ridiculous.
We're not fat shaming Ollie's son, by the way. Just to
oh God, no! If you ever see my son, it's like a beanpole.
Yeah, so it's been even though the Super Bowl has happened, it's done with, the season has ended. We have now finally completed the head coach carousel.
Yes, the head coach carousel has grinded to a stop.
And this is a personal bit of news, because obviously Minnesota Vikings have got our 10th head coach of the year of our history. Kevin O'Connell, Super Bowl winning head offensive coach.
Will we have a job within 2 years?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's brutal.
Look at the offense he's got. He's got Jefferson, Cook, Thielen, Osborne, and Conklin. And he's got Smith Jr. coming up as well.
That's not the problem side of the ball. It's the defense.
No, but I think that we signed the defensive coordinator today, Ed Donatel.
Oh, is he related to Raphael?
I'm Michelangelo.
Is he dressed in green?
He's got 2 Super Bowl
No.
rings.
Donatel was red, wasn't he?
No, I think he's Ninja Turtle. He's come across from Green Bay, the Greens.
But Donatel wore red.
No, that was Raphael, wasn't it?
No,
I thought Donatello was orange.
No, I
Donatello was,
Michelangelo was orange.
I don't know. I ain't asking the kids.
Anyway, so
they're watching Monster.
yeah, I agree that the main priority for us is to get a defense together.
All day long.
I think that can be partly solved with the draft. Obviously, we know how stacked the defense.
It's going to be a very defensive and offensive lineman, front-heavy draft.
Yes.
Well, we'll get to our mock draft later.
We'll get to that in a minute. But then also, it also brings me into a bit of a segue onto the quarterback carousel that's just started to spin in full motion.
There's been a few rumors about Jimmy Garoppolo flying around this week.
Yeah,
Washington was one of them, wasn't it?
Washington and Philadelphia seem to be the two.
Yeah. What sort of trade could we look at for?
Well,
Jimmy?
from what I've seen from Washington is if they decide that there is not a good enough quarterback in the draft, which let's face it, there isn't.
No.
They will send over number 11 for Jimmy Garoppolo, and if we get number 11 or number 15 from Philadelphia for Garoppolo, I will be over the moon, because we can go and we can take Sauce from right under Minnesota's nose.
We'll talk about the draft in a minute. I've got Sauce going higher than that or lower than that.
I've got Sauce going earlier, I think.
I've got Sauce going to Minnesota.
I have.
I noticed that you're the only one of us that have. I mean, everyone knows my opinion of Sauce. I'm really hot on him. I think I can. I just think he's going to go earlier.
I mean, you got some outside the box selections in your draft.
I have.
I've got one. I think my number 5 is very outside the box.
I've gone a bit rogue, as I mean, watching Ollie's face when he saw my My draft was fun.
Oh yes, we'll have a look at that later on.
But I think that this could be an interesting draft. I think it could be full of shocks because
Well, I mean,
it's
at the
not
moment,
got-
I have very little interest in day one.
yeah.
I mean, we'll
'cause
get
you've
to
not got a pick.
that in a bit. We've got a bit of other news to talk about first, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, talking about the quarterback situation,
Yep.
Deshaun Watson, more news. I mean, we knew it would happen because it's the end of the season. You know, he's not played for the season. He's not, as far as I'm aware, the legal troubles don't seem to be moving anywhere.
They're going to be probably brushed under the carpet, aren't they?
Well, that's the thing I'm thinking. Are they going to start saying, like, well, they're not moving, so let's just get on with it? Is he going to get on with it? I mean, as a Minnesota fan, I mean, I would rather keep Kirk than Deshaun with his legal issues. If Deshaun can get rid of his legal issues and move forward, I'd look at it. But let's face it, Minnesota have a big cap issue. Would we have to pay Watson?
What is your cap space availability down there? Or up there?
I can't remember. I know we're over it by a good amount.
It's on my phone somewhere. Over there.
Just wondering, do you guys think that Deshaun refusing to play this year is gonna hinder him?
All day long.
I think it will because I think he's just sent a massive message out to GMs, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That
It's
he's a
almost like
troublemaker.
F you.
Yeah.
There it is. Your cap spacage at the moment is projected to be minus 11 million.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about Cousins restructuring his contract.
Not as bad as Green Bay with minus 37 and Saints are minus 60. Well, near
And the
enough minus
Rams,
60.
and let's face it, probably the Rams.
The Rams are at 5 million.
Yeah, but was that before they signed Odell and Vaughn?
This was after. This was taken. Yeah, this was the start of this year. So
Yeah.
But you know, it's going to be an interesting one. I don't think Deshaun will find it easy to get a team.
there is teams out there that need a quarterback. That
There are
would
quite a
look
few
at him
teams.
going, are we going to take him? Do we take the risk? But yeah, I wouldn't personally take him. But that's just
Like I said, I'd rather have Kirk. He is reliable.
Yep.
I'd like to see what O'Connell does with him because, you know, Stafford, let's face it, when he came to the Rams, was seen as sort of an average quarterback. He was good, but he wasn't amazing.
He is an upgrade on Goff. I
He's an
mean,
upgrade on Goff,
I
yeah.
think it will show on especially mine and Ollie's where we're going to go with the Rams. I can't remember if you went to the 32nd pick.
Well, of course, the Rams don't have 32nd pick. It's the Lions.
Yeah, they
isn't
don't
it?
have a.
Yeah,
they don't have a pick.
that's how I mean it. Sorry, because obviously the Lions have traded away or the Rams traded away to the Lions. So I would that in a minute. I personally, if it was a case of we didn't have Mac and going to this Jarko, we need a QB. Knowing Belichick, he probably would take him because he is the kind of person that Belichick takes. Get these people who've got a history. We did it with Mike Floyd.
You tried to
4
do it
years
with
ago.
Antonio, but you tried to do it with Antonio Brown,
We've tried to do it with a couple others who've had issues as well.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, Josh Gordon. Sometimes they've turned around, sometimes they haven't. You know, Floyd for us in that Super Bowl run was absolutely superb. Clutch, blocked, worked for the team. So sometimes it does work, but I think that would be a risk too far because what's stopping them taking him away and blocking him up halfway through the season? Your season nosediving.
And after giving up your future for him.
Yeah. Never good, is it?
No.
I mean, we're all not Sonny Weaver, are we?
You pancake eating mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was eating my
can't remember
pancakes
kickers,
on. We had pancakes on Super Bowl morning, and I was just that clip just came to my head. Oh, I'm just eating here. I'm just sitting here eating my pancakes, thinking about moving number one. And it's like, Yeah, who's
I
going to be?
got a feeling that's what the Jags are going to be doing near the time.
Do you think? Do you genuinely believe they're going to get rid of
They could
number
pick
one?
any O lineman at number one. Any O lineman.
But they could pick anyone at number one. That's the point of number one.
Yeah. But they need. I mean, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a bit. We keep segueing into it. We talk about it. Zach almost said Zach Wilson. Zach Taylor extended his contract till through 2016 season. They call it.
I think we could say he's
Do
the
you mean
most
2026?
deserving coach
Yeah.
of a contract extension in the league.
2016, I
this
said, didn't
season.
I? Yeah, 2026. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh, it comes up. Zach Taylor being sacked.
Oh, he's not going to be sacked. Not unless they go 0-8. You
No.
can see if they go 0-8. That's unless obviously they have fall off cliff with injuries like the Browns did and things like that. But yeah, it's an interesting scenario or an interesting way they've done it as well because Bengals have got quite a bit of cap space going on. They've got nearly 60 million worth of cap space.
Yeah. So free agency for them is going to be interesting, I think.
They seriously need an O lineman, as we're going to mention so many times. I mean, the top 5 O linemen that are out there at the moment, when I find the screenshot,
Laken Tomlinson's got to be up there.
Teron Armstead from the Saints, Orlando Brown, who was only on a 1-year deal at New Orleans, Kansas, Ryan Jensen, Brandon Scherff, and Alex Kappa from Tampa.
How's Tomlinson not in that? He made the Pro Bowl.
I'm just saying what's on front of my screen, you know. So they could go and get themselves some really good O linemen in there.
Yeah, and then I think I've got them taking an O lineman in the.
I do
as well.
My draft. Yeah, I do.
So
it's they need. I mean, like Ollie said just on the pre-bowl, the pre-Super Bowl show was that their O-line was like football turnstiles.
Yeah, you say that though. For 29 minutes and 13 seconds, Joe Burrows wasn't sacked.
No.
And majority of that time, he wasn't even hit either.
No.
So they were doing a really good job. It's just the way that the Rams changed at the halftime. Because in the second half, on the next 30 minutes, it was 17-7 chats.
But that's the issue where that's where I feel that, you know, a good O-line would not let that happen.
I mean, we also
what happened to the quarterback. Yeah,
because you're not going to stop the likes of Aaron Donald for 60 minutes in the game. It's just impossible.
You've got Von Miller and Donald, yeah. So
I reckon they'll probably try and get a couple of really good ones in free agency. Like I said, they got nearly 60 million to play with. That's huge. You know, they need a
lineman, and then they can add to it on the draft.
They need a Belichick style, like free agency. Let's go and spend all the money.
I have a feeling that free agency this year is going to be really, really good. I think we could see some big moves from teams. I mean, I think there's a lot of teams that have got needs that can be sold in free agency.
Oh, most definitely. Every team.
But there are teams that will need to trade, will need to use the trade and maybe cost themselves some draft picks.
Like this, what was the Saints GM said on his T-shirt? F them picks. F them picks. We're gonna win. We're gonna win more Super Bowls.
Well, look at what the Rams have done.
Exactly. Like OC said on BBC coverage, there isn't a sustainable way of running a football team.
No,
because you're gonna have to pay these veterans. The way is you make your cap space is by having rookies, because rookies' money is cheap. For example, say Mac Jones comes out of his rookie deal, he's going to want 20-30 million a year.
Yeah, easy.
If he has, say, a Kirk Cousins style career season or rookie deals. At the moment, he's on $4.5 million. So team's got to find an extra 16 odd million for a veteran, because he will be a veteran. He's been playing in league 4 or 5 years if they extend his 5th-year option.
Yeah, exactly. So
it isn't sustainable. I mean, they've got 5 million cap space.
And
going into
don't
next year.
forget, kids are coming into the Super Bowl. No, not Super Bowl. Into the NFL younger. We're getting sophomore and freshmen saying,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to have a go at that and try
As
the
long
hand.
as they play in the
at
college for
NFL.
3 years.
Well, yeah.
As long as they play in the college in the NFL, yeah. It's
But they come in early. They're like you're getting 20, 19-year-olds starting off, and
I
then
think it's 20 nowadays.
so then you get like they're 25 by the time they hit.
I mean, Burrows is 26 and he's in his second season. 25?
Yeah.
I think he's 25.
And he's in his second season. Welcome back, Mr. Hope.
Trey Lance only 22 going into a second season.
Yeah, I thought he was quite young, wasn't he? I thought Lance was quite young.
Yeah, but so was Juju.
Yeah.
Juju was only at 21 when he came into the league.
Yeah, so is Trey Lance.
It's quite, they are, like Tom just said, they are getting younger, but...
And I'm very excited about seeing Trey Lance and Kay Shanahan's offense next year.
I thought you said in his office. I thought you were going to say in his office then.
with Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle, whoever's going to actually start at running back.
Shall we?
So, I was going to mention Debo for a second. He's now come out and said on Twitter, I think it was, that turf has to be banned after what's happened to OBJ.
Yeah, because Odell's having surgery in the next couple of days.
I can't say I disagree.
I can't disagree. I fully 100% agree with Debo said. I mean, I dislocated my right knee on AstroTurf and I ruptured my left patella tendon, both on AstroTurf pitches. Never had an injury anywhere near like that before, anywhere, and they're both common injuries. More injuries are caused by playing on AstroTurf than it is on natural turf now.
Well, it's something that's been mentioned in soccer, where you see in non-league teams having AstroTurf pitches and then having to rip it up because the league doesn't allow AstroTurf pitches for that reason, that it is proven to cause injuries.
I think that was Sutton United. Was that Sutton United last year?
It was Sutton United last year and Harrogate the year before that. So
and Stockport next year, hopefully.
Well, Stockport don't have an AstroTurf pitch. We have a grass pitch.
It's interesting saying that because where my son's team played last weekend, their adults' first team pitch is having AstroTurf put down, and they're in, I want to say, the Northern Senior. So
yeah, I mean it's allowed in non-league. It's becoming a common thread because obviously they are finding that it is very hard to maintain grass to play the whole season round in bad weather. So they're thinking, AstroTurf, brilliant. Now,
AstroTurf is a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So it cost Harrogate Sutton last year. I think it cost them like.
Yeah, but having these games called off because of the bad weather, and then having them move from a Saturday to a Tuesday on a cold wet night at Stoke, and
especially
people
non-league where they are all part-time.
Yeah, people aren't going to take the time off to go and watch these fans, so they're going to lose revenue from that. Even with the beer, the burgers, the Coke, whatever they're saying, the programs, they're going to lose revenue. So this is why they're trying to put these AstroTurfs in so they save revenue. That's what it is.
But I don't agree. I don't think
I can understand why the NFL does it, because there's a lot of wear and tear down the numbers, in between the numbers. Where the main line of scrimmage is, there's a lot of wear and tear. You see it down there every game on these grass pitches. Even when you play on a baseball diamond as well, there's still all the wear and tear down the middle of the field.
Yes.
So, yeah, I understand it through personal. I think AstroTurf should be banned. But for revenue sake, for everything else, I think they're going to keep it as possibly 17, 19 games a year. No.
What do you guys
11
think?
games
What
a
do
year.
you think? Do you guys like AstroTurf pitches? Do you think they are still having a place in the league, or do you think
I
they
think I
got rid of-
think it should go. I think
Yeah, I
grass.
agree.
It
Let us
disappoints
know
me though
in
that-
your comments.
It surprised me though that Las Vegas' Las Vegas's pitch is grass, even though it's an
Yeah.
interior. Okay, yes, they roll it out, but it's a grass pitch, and it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
No. So, shall we move on to
Our draft prospect.
I mean, there's no one been arrested this week. Well done, guys.
You say that
Oh God. Oh yeah, there has, hasn't there?
the Kansas City Chief player.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Been
mention his
arrested.
name because it's not. I've not heard it from official sources yet. He has been arrested along with the Alvin Kamara incident. All
Yeah.
I'm going to say is he's a DB, and I'm not going to say any more than that from the Kansas City Chiefs
So,
because I don't want to get in
who
trouble.
knows? Next week we could have a week where nobody's been bloody arrested. So,
or falling off a stage.
all funny.
Shall we look at our weekly draft prospect?
Yeah, I am going to play this video now. 1 second. 3, 2, 1.
So it's this week. It is
Tolbert.
Tolbert from South Alabama Jags. He's a junior, 6'3", so he's big. He's a big wide receiver, good end zone threat. Got a good long distance speed, as you can see. He's there, and he's got good arm speed onto as well. He's athletic. He's got great body control on him as well. Unfortunately, there's no catches showing of that one as well. He could go possibly day 2, I think. I don't think he's going to be a day 1 prospect, but
No, I mean,
He's not in my mock draft anyway.
no.
I
he's
don't
not
think
in-
many are wide receivers and QBs are going in.
There's not a lot of skill players going in.
I've
there.
got a fair few wide receivers going in mine.
Well, you've got Drake London. You've got what's his
Garrett
name?
Wilson,
Yeah,
Williams.
I think I've got 5 or 6 wide receivers going in mine.
Yeah, I got Burks as well. I got a few as well.
Let me
The
count.
guy is very, very good. He is going to be a steal. I'd see him a lot like Hunter Renfrow, possibly Cooper Kupp, someone who took in the 3rd, 4th round.
yeah.
Someone who's going to be a good red zone threat, to get my words right. You know, especially when he's 6'3".
I said that when you're drunk.
Yeah, there's some big. I was looking at some of the doing some research and trying to get some information going into them. Info on mock drafts. There's some big wide receivers coming into this draft. There's a couple of 6'5", 220-pound blokes. It's like, jeez, DBs are normally 5'8", 5'9". They're going to get towed over.
Yeah,
How
but
many
you know,
linebackers covering them. It's mad.
You can. There's ways to get around that, isn't there?
I feel like Tolbert, not in the same stature, but could go around the same time that Amon-Ra St. Brown went.
Yeah.
And look at how he played in the end of the season.
I mean, he went to the SEC Bowl. SEC Bowl, easy for me to say. So he's a prospect. He's 21 Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Year, whatever that conference is. So he's a good player, and he's probably going to be. I think he's going to be a steal. This lad, a proper steal. Thomas,
Yes.
would you like to talk us through your mock draft, sir?
Yes. I mean, this is a very, very early mock draft, I don't think.
And also the way Tom's done it is a cop-out.
I think
Me and
it's very visually.
Me and Ollie typed ours out.
I think this is very.
Typed it out. I've even written my notes here on people. And here.
Work smarter, not harder. And I think this is more visually aesthetic to the fans, our viewers. So
Yeah, they have a
hang
magnifying
on.
glass to be able to see the names.
Shall we swap your face around then? So we can hide you.
Right, everyone get your microscope out if you want to read them.
So,
Yes, talk
at
us
number
through it.
one, I mean, I don't know why you can't read it. I mean, I can understand OBH because he's getting older, but you've got young guys.
If I enlarge the screen, I can see it properly. But if it's on our
Yeah.
little one,
So, I think standard number one. I think all of us have got Evan Neal going number one. Number two, I've got Hutchinson. I think he's going to be loved in Michigan. I mean, he's already got that connection in Detroit, hasn't he?
yeah.
He's loved there. He's loved by the fans. I cannot pronounce this guy's name.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, yeah. We struggled with that when we did it. Well, I've got him going at number 3. I mean, it says something when Houston Texans. I mean, it says needs all positions.
Love that one.
I was thinking, like, without your crazy trade thing here, the team with the first 5 picks all have holes. All have
Yeah,
more holes in their team than a calendar.
Yeah, but 2 of them have got 2 picks in the top 10.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I've got Broncos trading up. I mean, I know that the two Ollies will disagree with this. And they're going. I think I've got Singletary.
I mean, if the Broncos end up with Patrick Surtain on one side and Derek Stingley on the other side, that could be one hell of a corner combination.
Oh
Exactly.
god, yeah. Even if they just like pick any of the top 2 corners, even if they trade up and take Hamilton, it's.
Yeah.
I can't believe though you've got Kyle Hamilton going at 9.
And Ikem Iwonu going at 16.
I think listen. I think this draft is stacked with O-line and defensemen. I can't see I can see somebody dropping.
So I've done a lot of research on this. Okay. There is a lot of O-linemen have got a lot of strength. There's a lot of strength, and a lot of power, and a lot of speed, and they're good getting down into making the blocks. This is why I could see the Jags trading away to someone who doesn't need an O-lineman, possibly like Philadelphia. Maybe someone who's got big needs for like Aiden Hutchinson, who's got multi-picks in the first round, say Philadelphia, say the 2 New York clubs. I don't think this draft is going to be like this in a month's time.
If Jags did trade to say 15 to Eagles or someone down that list, who do you think would go number 1? Do you think it would still be Neal? Do you think it could be Hutchinson?
It's either going to be Hutchinson, Thibodeau, or Hamilton. They're the top 3 to go favorite at the moment. Hamilton is touted to be probably possibly the best ball player in the class. He's DJ's got him going at 4, I think, and I reckon he's probably the 4th best. But all the reports
I think he's the one I made a mistake with, if I'm honest with you. It was something that I wanted to see what it would look like, what would happen, what your guys' reaction would be.
Both our reactions was what the hell?
Was delicious, yes. I think Sauce is going to go around 8 or 9.
Sauce.
Sauce.
Oh, God, a Sauce.
I think that I don't think he'll drop. I hope that he will drop to 12, but I can see Trent McDuffie, who, do you know what? I've been watching tape on him. I like the look of the kid.
I'm not sold on him.
I'm also not sold on him.
I'm not sold on him.
I mean, we could do him next week because we've not picked someone for next week, but I'm not sold on him.
I'm not sold either.
Seen.
Well, I've not seen him as well. He's been burnt a couple of times. The couple of games I've seen, he's been burnt big time. But they seem to think he goes well. He fits well, so I've got him going in round 1.
A big one that I know that Muzz will like. He's been quite quiet today. I don't know if he's doing his ref course still.
It's not quite 9 o'clock yet. Oh, it's gone 9 o'clock, so you know that.
I've got Pickett going to them.
I'm
think
gonna level with you. I've got Pickett going to Steelers as well.
Yeah,
I'm going to live with you. I don't have Pickett going to Steelers.
I was really torn as who Green Bay will take. They were one of the teams where, when you sit and look at a draft and think, God, who are they going to take? Now, I don't think that they are completely sold on Love.
I don't either. I agree with you on that one.
I don't think they're going to get a vet in. I don't think I don't think they will go for, because of the cap space issues they've got there.
I don't think they're going to tank. I think they will go try if Aaron moves on. I think or retires. It sounds like he's going to with his goodbye speech.
Yeah.
I could see them trying to build around Love to get a rookie QB to come in. There you go. There's your toys. Go and play them. Almost like the Patriots did with Mac. Almost like the Niners have got ready for Lance next year. This is what both New Yorks need to do. What Jags need to do. Well, Jets and Jags especially need to do.
Right, lads. I've got some breaking news.
Go on then.
After River Craycraft got released from the Niners last week, he has been signed by the Miami Dolphins.
Remind me who he is.
He's a wide receiver that's played special teams for the Niners last year.
Okay. Ooh.
Thoughts, Ollie?
He was a essentially special teams player.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Mr. Hope, because you finished second in the predictions league, to run us through your draft.
Go 1 to 10, because you've done yours in batches, haven't you, Ollie?
Yes.
You've done a bit more extensive than I have.
And if someone could actually put mine on,
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Very appreciated.
There you go.
So I started with Evan Neal.
Yep.
And Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau, which is exactly the same as Tom. I had Kyle Hamilton as 4 because I like Kyle Hamilton. He's the best. And then this George Karlaftis a 5. I know that's a bit of an out of the box pick.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Most people seem to think Ikwonu is going to go at 5, but I think that the Giants' biggest need is edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like George Ikwonu is one of the best edge rushers out there after obviously Hamilton, Hutchinson and Thibodeau.
Yeah, he is a good.
And also, I feel like Alabama's a good team to pick from. But he's from Purdue, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. Forget what I was saying. And then Iwonu at 6.
Yeah.
Cross at 7. I feel like Iwonu and Cross are both level in tackle. I feel like the Falcons need a wide receiver after losing Julio Jones, and Garrett Wilson is one of the best.
He is. He's electric, quick,
big.
Yeah, I like the look of.
I'm the only person in the world that seems to think that Rodgers isn't going to Denver. So for that reason, I've given them Kenny Pickett.
Fair enough.
And I would have put Crowder to go as the first wide receiver. However, I think he might drop a bit due to his ACL.
Oh, Williams, you mean?
Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Crowder, Williams. And then 11.
Crowder's already in the NFL.
Yeah. They're both called Jameson, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to say anymore.
Lloyd at 11 looks like an absolute beast of a linebacker. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he seems to be very much a Belichick style hybrid linebacker who can drop into coverage. He can go to the line almost a bit like Micah Parsons type from linebacker from what I've seen.
Definitely. He looks like a beast.
Yep.
And I've temporarily forgotten who I put at 12, so it's going to need to come back around.
Gardner.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're very high on Gardner, and
I think-
Vikings need a cornerback.
Yeah, I think most people are high on Gardner. I think that he would be a great fit alongside Patrick Peterson, who everyone seems to be saying that we're re-signing, which I think would be a great re-signing.
Yes.
Hunter Smith, you need to
Um,
re-sign.
I
You mean
mean,
Harrison Smith.
Yeah,
yeah.
Harrison Smith, sorry.
Yeah.
the last cornerback that we signed is, I think he's in jail now, Jeff Bradley.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking, man.
He got sacked very, very quickly after his.
He did.
We did the right thing. We
Yeah.
sacked our criminal.
Yeah.
I think he got done for similar things as Watson, to be fair.
Yep.
But he actually got arrested because he's not a star yet.
Yeah.
So you've given Browns a wide receiver as well.
Yes. Well, they
They need
need
one.
to fill that OBJ hole, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
After sacking him.
Drake London looks like a very good wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Eagles. Who have you given Eagles? I just missed it go past.
Eagles, you
Well,
give him McDuffie.
I've got Stingley going to the Ravens,
Yep.
and then 15 and 16 to the Eagles. I have Nakobe Dean and Trent McDuffie. Now I'm not fully sold on Trent McDuffie, but I think he probably is the third best cornerback. So and then I have Kaye Elam, the fourth, going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think that the Saints are going to roll with Jameis Winston for another year.
Agreed.
So I'm giving them Linderbaum. And then I have the Eagles getting a Jabbo at 19, which is an absolute steal, by the way.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've seen how good a Jabbo is. He was our first
I think,
prospect.
yeah. And then I get number 21, the Pats. You've got the same with me with Olave.
I then have Corral going at 20 to the Steelers
Yeah.
as a quarterback. Then, obviously, Olave at 21. Ollie, what's your thoughts on what the Patriots need?
Wrong side of the ball.
You think we
Personally.
need to improve on defense?
Yep. Look what the Bills did to us twice. You know, look what teams did to us at the back end of the season. You know, Bills, Colts, Dolphins in offense as well. Titans could have done it as well. Early on in the season as well. You know, Houston put points up against us. Not Green Bay, Dallas and New Orleans put points. It's that side of the ball that needs work on.
Yeah. I'm not sure if John's watching. I'd love to know what his thoughts are on the Raiders' needs. But I've given them the cornerback from Clemson, Booth Jr. I feel like Cardinals, whoever is that, whether Kyler's there or not next year, need some help protecting their quarterback. So Ryman. This one for Cowboys was hard because I wasn't sure really what they needed. They seem to have a pretty good roster. So I just gave him Kenyon Green, the guard.
Fair enough.
Bills.
The Bills, I gave them Dotson. I'm not sure they really need a wide receiver, but it depends on what happens with people like Davis and Beasley and people like that.
Yeah, agreed on that one.
Tennessee tight end. I know you've given them a tight end too, Ollie, but I've gone with Weidemeyer and you've gone from a different one.
Yep.
For the Bucks, I don't think they're sold on Trask.
No.
So therefore, Sam Howell. I hope Aaron Rodgers will like me with me giving Green Bay a wide receiver.
I think you've done the same as me, haven't you? The same wide receiver as well.
Yes, an absolute tank of Traylon Burks, 6'5".
6'5", 230 pounds. He makes Metcalf look small.
I've got the Dolphins protecting Tua a bit more with Trevor Penning.
Yep.
I've got Kansas City giving Mahomes another weapon with Sky Moore, who, by the way, I think looks very good.
Yeah, I saw some footage of him because I didn't really know much about him until I saw him in the draft and doing the mock draft. So I thought,
Yeah.
right, I'll go and have a look at some of his tape, and he looks really good.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a Mahomes wide receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why that's one of the reasons why I gave him to Kansas City.
Is he quick?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that makes sense then.
So
And
you
then
can see
That's their main motto, is it? Can he do for 40 under 4.2? Yes. That's easy they go to, isn't it?
Zion Johnson is going to give Cincinnati some well-needed help on the O-line.
Most definitely.
And then I don't think the Lions are sold on Goff, so I gave him the apple of Ollie's eye, Ridder.
Okay, OBH.
It's going to say something because I haven't got Ridder in mine yet.
Let's put yours on. I think you've done yours all in one.
I've done mine all in one.
Yeah.
Because
but now we don't know what college they're from.
I can tell you it's all written down, okay? Like I said, I got two lots of nuts. Number one is Evan Neal at the moment. You've got your franchise quarterback. You're going to need to protect him. Evan Neal is Alabama O-liner. It is one of the needs they need, O-line. It's one of their big needs. It's like Ollie said a few minutes ago, the first 4 or 5 franchises, their roster's made of a calendar. It's shocking. Lions, their first pick in round 1, I give them Aiden Hutchinson. He was, a third draft prospect. The bloke's a stud. He is rapid. He's quick. His first step from the snap, I don't know anyone who's as quick as him. It's ridiculous. Texans, I've given them, personally, I think certainly the best DB in the franchise, in the draft, Kyle Hamilton. Side to side, the bloke's a ball hawk. He's awesome. We'll do a draft factor, and the bloke is rapid. I mean, he makes Gardner Sauce look like a blooming high school kid, let alone a college kid. Jets, I've given Kayvon Thibodeau. Again, that defense is possibly...
So you have Thibodeau going at 4 and Hamilton going at 3?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Giants, I've got Ekaweno going. They need to get that O-line improved to get that running game going. Barkley only had 100-yard rushing game last year. That's a big issue for them. Barkley, and I don't think it was fully Barkley's fault. I think because he couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. Here's
my question, though. Do we think Brian, which his name is, I want to say Baldinger, but it's not that, is sold on Danny Dimes?
Time will tell. He put all the right words in out there. Like it could be lip service. We don't know, but I think time will tell. Panthers, I've given them Cross. Again, they need O-line. I think they will stay with Darnold for another season.
At least you said Darnold this time, not Donald.
It's taken me all year.
And he called Donald, not Darnold.
I know. Yeah. I'm getting there.
He's on it.
Getting there as the season ends.
Yeah. It breaks my heart, but I'm going to see Giants. I think they're going to take Obajabo from Michigan. Like I said, he was our first draft prospect. We all like in awe how awesome this guy is, and he's Scottish. Well, he's Nigerian, but he plays as a Scottishman.
He's sort of Scottish. We'll claim the UK will claim him.
UK will claim it. Mm-hmm. I think the Falcons are going to take a gamble on Stingley, the cornerback from LSU. He is a very good cornerback. He's just very inconsistent. He reminds me a lot of Trayvon Diggs. He's either going to pick 6 or give you 6. One of those kind of things. But Trayvon Diggs.
So you got Stingley going before.
I reckon they're going to take a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Yep. I don't think I think the Broncos taking a quarterback. I don't think they're gonna. If they get Aaron Rodgers, fair play to them, brilliant. But I don't think they will. I think they're gonna roll with Sam Howell. The guy's
You
got
know,
a brilliant.
you know how high I am on Howell.
He has got a brilliant arm. We saw him in the Senior Bowl. He was good scrambling. He's mobile, really good arm, and he commands the offense really well.
I think he was the best quarterback in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, by him. I've got the Jets at 10 taking Nakobe Dean, the linebacker from Georgia. He's a playmaker. He's a defensive playmaker. He's another one who can drop into coverage. He can play off the line of scrimmage. He's quick. He's fast. He's slightly undersized, but he's a playmaker, something that the Jets need in that offense. Commanders, so Washington, I've got taken Jackson Hill, the linebacker, the DB from Michigan.
They're going to have a commanding draft, I can see. I mean, I'm surprised about this next pick, Ollie. OBH.
What? Go
I genuinely
Gardner.
thought you had a source going earlier.
I had, and I've looked at it, and I've thought about it, and I've looked at the needs, and I looked at the players and how they go, and I think Jackson Hill will go to... It was a toss-up between, do I put Jackson Hill in there? Because Jackson Hill is more of a safety than he is a corner. And I think Commanders need a slightly better leader in that secondary. They need some good safeties in there, so that's why I've taken him there. I've given you boys Gardner source. You know, like you said, they need improving that defense. That was their main issues last year.
I think
Stopping
if we get
other teams
him,
scoring.
he is definitely going to be my next shirt. My next jersey will be him.
James Williamson is my first wide receiver off the books to Cleveland Browns. I think they'll take a risk on him because when he's fit, he is superb. His stats are off the chart. He was the highest ranked, who was the most yardage after catch in the college this year. He won the leading touchdown scores in the college as well this year. And I think they're going to him, and they need to fill that hole that OBJ left.
Yeah.
Ravens, I'm giving them the safety Lewis Kane. One of their issues they need there is...
I don't know how he didn't make it in my mock draft. I must just overlooked him somehow.
The safety from Georgia.
Yeah, I've got him going to...
you've got a bit later on, haven't you? Yeah. 15, I've got the Eagles taking the Penn State edge rusher, Ika Piketty. I think that's how it's pronounced. He looks good. He looks like quite a big, athletic linebacker or edge rusher. Then I've got taken Garrett Wilson at 16. I am sold on this bloke. I think he's going to be He looks absolutely awesome. Chargers, I've taken and given Trevor Penning. They need to give Justin Herbert more time in the pocket. The guy can scramble, and we know how good the guy is. But when he's under pressure, he's not as good, so he needs more time in that pocket. The Saints, I've given them Olav. I think, same as Ollie, I think they're going to roll Winston. They need more weapons on offense. They haven't really got that good of a wide receiving core there.
That's true.
They need that improving. Patriots, I'm taking Devin Lloyd. I see him as a Belichick-style linebacker. Big, mobile, quick, plays in can play in different coverages, play in different positions, drops into coverage, drop at the line of scrimmage. He is Micah Parsons of this class. Raiders, I've given them...
that's a big call.
I think he is. Raiders, I've given them Drake London. Drake London is quick. He's a 6'5" wide receiver. He is going to be massive. He's a Mike Williams style. Going to be difficult to mark in the red zone. Going to be really interesting. Cardinals, I've given them Trent McDuffie. I think they need some help in the secondary. Obviously, they lost Malcolm Butler without even playing because he retired.
I mean, me and you have said that we're not sold on McDuffie, but
yeah, he's ranked as one of the top 5
Not 100% there. I don't think he's going to drop so far. I don't think he's going to drop like a stone.
Yeah,
I think if Gardner goes early, I think we will take him.
I've noticed I've missed 19 and 20 on my picks. 19, I'm going to go back up a pick. 19, I'm giving Eagles the running back, Ishmael Spiller. They haven't got a good running back in that team.
Do you think Miles Sanders good enough?
This guy's an upgrade. He is big. He is good out the backfield. He's a good receiver. He didn't drop any catches last year from receiving catches. It's what running backs do nowadays. Steelers are giving them Kenny Pickett. I know Muzz wanted Pickett. The guy is Pittsburgh college quarterback already. He's going to be loved. I could see him being Big Ben. He is a Josh Allen style player as well. He's big. He's strong. Going back to the original draft, 24, I've got Cowboys taking Linderburn. The O-lineman from Iowa, they need euthanizing, if that is a word. That O-line is getting very old now. They need some young talent in there. The Bills, I've got them giving Kyler Gordon from Washington. He's an average size, but he's a good physical with excellent speed. Titans, I've got them taking Titans. Well, I've got them taking Trey McBride from Colorado, tight end. Big, massive hands. Good in the backfield, good catching, good blocking. Could be good for them. Buccaneers, apart from quarterback, couldn't actually think what they needed. So I gave them Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle from Georgia. Another big weapon. Packers, I've given them Traylon Burks, the wide receiver.
Isn't he like 6'5" or something?
He is massive. He's 6 foot. Yeah, he's 6 foot something. He's Swiss Army knife, apparently. They called him. Big. He's 6'3". That was it. He's good off the catch as well. He's got lots of yardage off the catch. I've given the Chiefs George Karlaftis from Peru. I think he's going to drop down quite a bit.
He went to 5 in mine.
Yeah, I think he's going to drop down a lot.
Did you go at 7 or 8 in yours, Tom?
I think he went relatively early.
Fair enough.
Me and Ollie have just been referring to him as the Greek-sounding guy.
We haven't.
Yeah.
He's good speed, got off the snap as well. Dolphins, I've given them Jermaine Johnson II from Florida State, the edge rusher. He's a monster. This bloke, he's going to be another good. There's some really good edge rushers. Bengals need to protect Joe Burrows. Is what I've written on here. Protect Burrows. Nothing else. I've just written protect Burrows.
Well, I think
so I've given them
apart
Kenyon
from
Green.
that, they could be they'll be all right next year. Apart from that,
I've given them Kenyon Green. He's a good and lineman, and Lions. I don't think they're going to go. I think they'll roll with Goff next year, but I think they have a rookie sit behind him. And I think that rookie's going to be Matt Corral from Mississippi State, and that is my mock draft.
Okay.
So are we going to do another one after free agency? Is that when 2.0 is going to come?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say
2.0
after free agency. We've got the combine then as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll have our Lindy's yet.
What is?
Our what's it called? The magazines.
Lindy draft.
Yeah, Lindy draft.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll have a soon as well.
Yeah, my program will come either.
Join us I think that is it, gentlemen, and join us next week when we will be looking towards the combine, which is under 2 weeks away. It just goes so quickly.
The combine starts on Tuesday the 1st this year. That's all the press conferences and all that. The actual drills Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, aren't they?
Yeah. Is it our free agent team next week?
I think it is free agency team next week, isn't it?
Is it free agent team and end of season grades?
End of season grades.
We do
free
the
agency
NFC next week.
Yeah, and draft prospects.
And
Number
draft
8.
prospect, which will be determined
Yeah, TVD.
To be confirmed.
Ollie hopes not absolutely shattered and falling asleep. With that, it's been a good week, good show this week. Lots happening. Everyone's got their coaches sorted. We've got our mock drafts out.
We will post them.
Yes.
We will post them on our socials.
Just anybody watching live or not live, just drop down, put a comment in of who you support and what you think your biggest needs are.
And who your number one draft target is.
Yes.
Mine is I want Obajero, and I'm not ashamed to say that because I think the guy is an absolute beast and he would accomplish Matt Judon incredibly well.
So until next week, join us next time, same time as always, 8:30. Until then, there is only one thing left to say.
Stay safe.